We're going to hear next from Krishna Venkatraman, who is the Senior VP of Data and Analytics at On Deck Capital, which has a different kind of life improvement mission. It's a company that is doing really very, very helpful and useful work for small businesses in ways that I'm sure you'll tell us about now. Thank you very much. Come on up.
Thank you very much, Joel. That was, I'm really delighted to be here to represent On Deck at this event. It's a privilege. A little bit about myself. My name is Krishna Venkatraman. I actually just moved here from California about 5 months ago. And what brought me here was really On Deck and their mission with small businesses. So in a nutshell, what On Deck does is its vision is to transform the way money flows to small businesses and make on-demand financing a reality for them. This is a big challenge for small businesses today, right? So our mission is really, and our goal is to make, to help finance every single need that a small business will have anywhere in the US. Since we've started in 2007, we've financed about $900 million in loans to small businesses across the country. And we do this by a combination of data and payment technology through which we can evaluate the financial health of small businesses and then provide them access to capital that is affordable and that costs them just a fraction, but also both in time and effort is dramatically less than what they get through traditional channels. Okay. So as I said, we've grown about from $900 million in the last 7 or so years, and we're growing at a very rapid pace. We've got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, but most important for us is the loyalty that we've managed to engender with our customers. So we get, a renewal rate of 2.2 per customer that we have. 9 of 10 customers will actually refer us to another business for small business financing. I think when I come back to what brought me here, it's really the social mission around small business lending. Why is this important? Really because small businesses are the backbone of communities and economies throughout the country. They are our major employers. They constitute the majority of employment in the United States. And unfortunately, they're not well served by traditional channels. So a couple of graphics illustrate this. Over from about 2007 to 2011, the number of loans, outstanding loans less than 100,000, dropped from about 13 million to about 3.3 million. And studies have shown that only about 15% of small businesses that apply for a loan actually are funded. So there's an enormous opportunity here. Now we may ask, why is that the case? Well, there's 3 principal reasons. The first is that banks really don't consider small businesses to be a profitable segment for them. They usually are looking for loans somewhere between 50 and 100,000. That's not the sweet spot for large businesses, for large financial institutions. And their processes themselves are so onerous that it simply doesn't make sense for them. By the same token, if you're a small business, you have to spend between a month and 3 months to even get your paperwork in to be able to get the attention of a bank. We, on the other hand, usually look through a loan within a day, and the funding happens within 24 hours for most cases. So why is now the right time for such a transformation? Well, there's a couple of reasons. I think there's a secular trend that is transforming one industry after another, a combination of data and technology that's coming. You've seen this happen in retail, in travel, in real estate, and it's certainly happening in lending now, right? Because companies are moving more and more online, and because they're doing so, their data is now available and can be an asset for them. And that's really what we're trying to harness. So we want to make the data that small businesses generate, we wanted to make it something that allows them to get financing in an affordable way. So really quick, our platform really tries to do two things. It tries to, first of all, not have a business actually go and apply for a loan. What we want to be able to do is get all the data about a business in one location so that whenever they need financing, they're instantly approved for that loan. So that's one thing that the platform enables, because we collect all types of information about a business. And I'll talk a little bit about the open data part, which is actually pervasive for us. So by having all the information we need about a business, we're able to immediately determine the right loan for that situation. The second is actually the loan products that you see in the market today haven't really changed much in the last maybe 20 years. There's 5 ways a business gets financing, and those haven't changed at all. And what we think is it's time for that too to be transformed. So both on the application side and the delivery, we think there's a huge opportunity for disruption and innovation. So finally, I just want to touch on briefly how we actually use open data in this scenario. So think of our small business, the life cycle of a small business with us as starting from customer acquisition. How do we reach out to customers or prospects, and what type of data do we use there? Second, when they actually apply for a loan, what types of open data do we use at that situation? And then finally, when we have loans on the books, how do we manage that portfolio effectively? So starting with acquisition, one of the most important things we look for is which industry does a business belong to. We have loaned to about 725 different industries, and it's important for us to know which industries are a good fit for the types of loans that we offer. Second, we also want to know when a business will require a loan. What's the right time to reach out to a business? And we get that from a variety of different open data sources. The SBA loan application data will tell you a lot about when businesses are looking for loans during the year. There's some cyclical information there. There's Census Bureau monthly annual trade reports that we can use for the same purpose. We look for openings and closings of businesses in different geographies as a signal of how well businesses are doing in those areas and whether there's a need for investment there. So those are all data sources that help us understand our customer base and when they would need a loan. When they actually come into the funnel and they're applying for a loan, it's very important for us to understand the identity of a business, really to ensure that we are lending to the person who's applying and we're sure about who they are. And then also to assess the creditworthiness of a business. So how, just from public records, can we say something about their past performance? Again, there's a variety of data sources here that helps us with this. And actually, our next speaker, Enigma, and us are partnering on exactly this. And then finally, for portfolio management, when you have a large portfolio of loans, it's very important for us to manage the risk of those loans. And one of the things we've learned over the last few years is risks can get concentrated very quickly. And unless you're very diligent and proactive, you can be caught at the short end. So what we do here is also look at aggregate data that's available from businesses and from the government, and try to understand from them trends in the small business landscape that allow us to actually figure out whether there's some imminent risk that we should be aware of and thereby adjust our portfolio. So I hope I gave you a short overview of how OnDeck works with data and technology, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. One of my dreams as a homeowner who has gone through refinancing is that someday getting a mortgage or refinancing a mortgage will be as easy as this. That it will go from something analogous to 3 months worth of root canal day by day to something that you could actually get approved in about a day through open data. And I think this is a great model.